Hi.
Casey Wilson, how are you?
I'm good. This light is so odd. Hi.
Hi. How you doing in
Hi.
quarantine?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're
For
so
everyone
welcome. I'm
oh my
turning off the
God.
light next to me. Is that better? Hi.
Absolutely. Hi. For everyone at home, I'm Matt Donnelly. I'm a senior film writer at Variety, but I have been invited to take part of this incredibly important national conversation that is ongoing about the Real Housewives of New York. And joining me is
You will win a Nobel Prize for tonight.
It's true American treasure, Casey Wilson, whose credits are incredible and span everywhere from Saturday Night Live to screenwriter and co-star of Bride Wars, that is canon material we're talking about, the iconic 3-season run of ABC's Happy Endings, current star of Showtime's hit drama Black Monday.
It feels like a lot of credits.
I know, it's a lot of credits. You're a 2-time Critics' Choice Award nominee, I learned today. So you just, and also, I mean, most importantly, you are the host of the Earwolf podcast, Bitch Sesh, where so much of this kind of beautiful, compelling conversation about the Housewives takes place. And we're going to talk about New York, and oh my God, and what a gift tonight was, honestly.
I have notes. I've taken a lot of notes because there was so much.
I mean, it was a true gift. Like, we were back at Fashion Week. We just got Dorinda John. So that said, give me like a 1 to 10 before we jump in.
Honestly, I want to give this a 9.
Oh, wow.
I was just laughing. I don't know. I love these women. To what do we owe the pleasure that we're back at Fashion Week with Beverly Hills and with New York? Mwah, mwah.
The Melissa Gorga cameo was like, I screamed.
When they were like, a lot of important people are here. And she was like, I mean, this is iconic stuff, you know, getting to see Sonia at the fashion show, Ramona doing Fashion Week, you know, like she said, what is she going to be, a leper if she doesn't go? Tinsley and Dale, the Tinsley and Dale scene was legendary.
It delivered like dominoes. It was just.
She was like, Mommy, don't do it. Please, Mommy, don't make me cry, Mommy.
It also, like, in some ways, it doesn't devalue, but like the idea that they're that sensitive over hair and also embryos is just a fascinating, beautiful thing. Like,
I do think in their world, Matt, those things are the same.
Yeah. They
hold the same weight.
Each has value and precious life within it, and it's just I completely understand. So Sonia Morgan, who you just had on Bitch Sesh, by the way.
I did. We've only interviewed 3 housewives, and we were on Watch What Happens Live with her, and she reached out and was like, I'd love to interview, and we said, yes, please. Honestly, she fit in with us in a way, and I'm not just saying this because we interviewed her, and I know we've known these women forever, and they feel like our friends, and they're our aunts, and I love them so much, but it was like an old friend that you've known for literally years and years. She was so sweet and fun.
Absolutely. And I mean, Sonia's texting during Pamela Rowland. Should we start there? And just her complete level of distraction. The 3 pairs of glasses. It's like she's a Harry Potter character.
Yes!
And like someone from one of the strip clubs on The Stranger. It's just the most beautiful combination of 2 worlds.
It's just so beautiful. The glasses. And I love how she was like, yeah, I'm here, but I got my own fashion show to worry about. Like, what the fuck? When she was like, I need to work, when she was off to the side of them when they were, you know, when Ramona was eating oysters with the glasses low, and who was crying? Leah was crying, and she was like, just like watching, but also had to figure out her model situation.
Are oysters a brunch food?
Okay, that was disgusting. First, we got treated to Ramona like lifting her pelvis in the air, like sexually, and then the oysters. I was like, I've had enough of this woman's body and sexuality.
Honestly, like, you think that there's a physical document in the 2014 show that you could have gone back to say, like, what frankly, like the 30-minute intermission between the 2 sets of looks, the starting egregiously late, the loose seating, high back chairs and low back chairs, like that. This was all fixable, and yet she is consistent if she's nothing else.
High back chairs and low back chairs. How do you remember that?
Because it was savage. Is how I remember
it.
It was criminal.
You can't forget
it. No,
when no music, Tinsley did have me laughing when she was like, oh, okay, it's starting. Like, no music, just like, okay. Like, I guess we're in. Like, there was no beginning, middle, end. There was no start or stop. I think it's still going, probably.
Right. They're just wandering around.
Because we don't have time and space with Sonia. And we don't need it.
No, we don't. And I noticed toward the end, God bless the production at Bravo, only in the very last look, the bridal look, which looks like a bikini cover up, like a resort 2020 kind of moment. I saw a bar. I'm like, oh, they're in a restaurant. Like, I thought for some reason it was an industrial space, but it was just an unfinished mid-construction restaurant.
Second floor.
Wow. Well,
second floor.
Like one elevator.
Like, it was very Lou. Like, I'll meet you on the lower level. Like, that's. Yeah, it was a restaurant, and I did kind of hear what Ramona was saying at the end of just like, okay, but she's already got the looks. Mm-hmm. Is it a line? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a leper. I've never been to fashion. No. I don't know what I'm supposed to see there.
I mean, you're not a Hilton Rothschild. I believe it was already made. Like, it could be wholesale, but they looked like custom pieces because all the models had inclusive bodies. I think it was a nice representation, but it might have just been finished clothes made by someone else with the Sonia Morgan label stitched in, which if you can find it, I'll pay. What wouldn't I pay? But
I mean, I've worn it. I've worn the line. I've worn the red jumpsuit. I've done it. God. But yeah, it was hard to like piece together what was happening. The flowers. It was very sad.
Yeah.
And the way she was screaming at her interns. And again, I love Sonia, but that poor woman like holding the names. It was just so upsetting.
Yeah, they continue to be hard. And speaking of how we treat people who work for us, the waiter standing with the water with his hands starting to tremble, like from core exercise, as the women fought over the brunch, like he's just standing there and they're berating each other. It went on and on and on.
It went on and on and on and on.
It was tough.
I mean, I'm just looking at notes. Sorry. Ugh.
No, please,
you know what
please.
Song? Can I say what song leapt to mind during the Tinsley scene with Dale? When Tinsley was like, Dale was like, it's been 10 years, Tinsley, since, and Tinsley's like, 10 years ago, you're making me cry. That song was like, this used to be my playground.
Wow.
Used to be my childhood dreams. Like, it was just so. I don't know what we were watching. It was very sad, but I was also really happy for Tinsley when she was like doing her thing down the runway.
Yeah, absolutely. And then God bless Leah, who like, I mean, her audition's over, right? Like she is MVP. Like she's just like doesn't miss a beat. She kind of has that raw edge of Bethany while still being so much more like liable to be arrested in Florida kind of edge to her too.
I love her. I don't even know the recipe for her. Like I don't know what. There's so many like we're getting a pinch of this and a splash of that, and it's fucking amazing.
Amazing. But when she specifically said like, oh my God, this is like what when I first moved to New York, like Tinsley was in my Vogues, and like this is like she's finally come back. Or almost back. Like you can see like there was a little bit of like a Norma Desmond vibe in Tinsley's eyes at the end of that runway. And she literally did, she lasted 2 seconds. But maybe she got to relive a glory day.
I think for her it was 100 minutes, 100 hours. Like it was a big moment watching her skip down there. And I felt happy. I did.
Oh. I think that's true. How do we feel about Leah and the jumpsuit or the cashmere sweatshirt? The streetwear.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Dorinda. I'm like, would Sonia, does she have it in her to plan that? Or probably, what do you think?
I feel like I can usually register her facial expressions pretty well. And I think that Sonia was genuinely surprised when Leah wasn't wearing it and like was justifying it as a streetwear. But I don't know, Sonia's crafty. She's very crafty.
But here's the thing, like Leah built a whole business on like, I'm casual, I'm low key. So I can kind of see in Sonia's like mind being like, Leah's cool. So I need to give Leah like the cool glasses and like the cool fedora. However, like those things are not cool. And so that's where we had our disconnect. Like I think she was like, I'm offering you like game meet game. Like I'm offering you my streetwear.
100%. And let's not forget.
Oh.
Sonia
I did think it was a bit rude on Leah's part to like throw clothes at her during her fashion night.
Absolutely. Maybe she was channeling the little Kim printed dress she had on. And like Dorinda usually gets one like laugh out loud from me every episode. And this one was her equating Leah's choice on a Lil' Kim printed dress to a former skirt that Dorinda had owned with General Mao on it. And she's like, I see what you did there. And I'm like, oh, sure. The gangster vibe, as she said. Yeah.
Like, I got you.
Hardcore feminist rapper General Mao. Yeah.
You know, you and I spoke about this briefly before, but you know, I'm liking that Dorinda's using this makeup artist that was used for Ladies of London. Of course, I love him. And I'd like him
100%.
to attack me with some contouring, but he is attacking her with it. But I'm liking the look. Like, I'm liking that fun they're having. But Dorinda's really pushing her look this year.
She is. There's almost like a Kris Jennerification that's going on for me because the hair is really coming into play. She's discovered highlight, and her cheekbones are now in her lower eyelid. Like, it's just
By the way,
really.
I need that in the quarantine. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm working with. I'm like, I feel like she's doing some work that I need to, like, understand and get into.
It's a marvel of engineering, and also suddenly the bold prints and like we're doing a neck scar, like it's a lot for Dorinda. And then but my favorite is after 2 drinks, like everything starts to really just come a little bit undone.
Do you think that she's drinking during the testimonials?
I got that vibe when she was talking about John. I really did. I got like in the scene and then in the testimonials, I got a little bit of surliness. And then when he's doing her makeup, I mean, allergic to the end of her sentence in that one. I'm like, what's the point? Like, so you're upset that John did he give someone his phone number? Like, it just went on and on to say, like, if you're not happy at home with me, you're not happy with me. And we finally she landed the plane, but woof.
We finally got there because I feel like we are dancing around something. Like, is he cheating on her? Or I don't think he's cheating. I feel like she was like, I'm fine if you want to see other people, and maybe he is and it's backfiring. Because why else is John is just so thirsty. He just wants so much fame.
I know.
That's why
it's
he
crazy.
went out there. I don't know that it's like he wants to hook up with women.
For sure. And also just his morph from like season 10 to now reminds me of one of my favorite happy endings jokes. He looks like a finger in a 10-hour bath. And I'm just like, something is not right. He's not well. I don't know that John is well, but I'm just
He looks like he put himself through the dry cleaning cycle. Like I feel like he's, getting high in his own swine. Matt, are we not able to see comments, or is that just on my?
I disabled them. Do you want me to enable them? Do you want to see the voice of the people? Yeah, let's do it.
Only because I like hearing what people say about the shows.
Okay. Well, the first thing I saw was oysters. Yes, oysters were.
People are like, he's looking shit. I'm like, turn them off.
No, you look fantastic, and you have like a really cute bag.
God, thank you. Okay, I wrote down one more moment when they were at the oysters lunch, and Ramona kept demanding what was wrong with Leah. She's like, so what happened? Why did you miss it? And Leah's like, well, my dad called and she said, got my mom. And often, very faintly in the corner, Ramona goes, sick? Your mom's sick? It's just like, I can't. Like, Ramona eagerly guessing that her mom, she was like, no. Someone saying Leah's drop dead gorgeous. I agree.
100%. That body
Beautiful.
for days. 4 days. Wow.
Now the fashion line.
Yes. Oh man.
Damn it.
All right.
Damn it. We almost have the whole package.
Oh. I mean, where does and also I have to love Leah's baby dad, because coming in and saying make up with your mom because she's our only childcare stitch is like actually quite much more practical than I've seen the fatherhood representation on any Bravo show to be. But I'm like, that's an interesting play.
Yeah, because at first I thought he was being like, for your health, and then he was like, we need a nanny. Like, what are you doing?
He's like, you need to take her cookies to Paramus because this can't go on.
This can't go down like this, and I guarantee now in the quarantine, he's fucking happy he had that conversation.
100%. I think they want us to talk about Luann scamming a free blowout at.
Okay, I have a whole page devoted to Luann begging for hot tools. She's like, hot tools. Like, she just needed that blowout so bad. God, okay, sorry. Someone's asking about Leah's office. I thought that was a co-work space. I don't believe that whole thing is Leah's office.
100%. 100%.
That's a WeWork if it's a minute.
Also notice a brilliant point, because she had her full workstation with her. There was a notepad, a little in-case laptop case, and like the publicist brought water from a different area. And God bless that high snobiety journalist, because he just looked so like that was beautifully constructed scene. But no, you're right. We work for sure.
Yeah, like there was like people answering phones very loudly. Like I feel like they were like, guys, could you try to keep it down? But like they knew they couldn't really ask everyone to keep it down. Like that's the vibe I was getting.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
How are you feeling about Lou?
Where are you with Lou right now? I mean, in our parting moments of the show, next week is the vodka sip, and then the second and third vodka sip. And I think she's holding back in a way, but I think it's because she has a secret. and I think that secret is about to be revealed.
Secret? What kind of secret?
I feel like she's being reserved because of how she's behaving off camera. I feel like she's trying to maybe present a certain side of herself on this season, and then off camera she's kind of wilding out because she kind of looks a little on the edge. Like when she was sitting in that 16-layer chain link necklace. 100%. That's my prediction, but I don't know. You are so much more. You can read the tea leaves so much better than I do.
The minute you said that, I was like, of course that's what's happening. How could I not have known that?
Absolutely.
Thank you for
well,
that.
What do you? How do you feel about her?
I mean, I hate Lou, and I love to hate her, but I really dislike Lou. I mean, of course, like the bushes fall. It's like she's the greatest, but I'm here for all of it, as someone said. But like, there's just something about Lou. She's so distasteful, and I think she's a bad person, and that tweaks me. Yeah. Like Dorinda, I'm not loving this season, but I do believe in her soul. Dorinda's a good person.
Yeah, and also I feel like, and I would love to get your thoughts on Life Without Bethany on this season, but I feel like maybe Ramona now feels that she's like sort of like the, not countess role of etiquette, but like Ramona suddenly finger wagging about what's appropriate and what's not. And I know iconic Pamela Rowland, treasured American designer Pamela Rowland is a dear friend of hers, but like just a lot of like,
how dare you?
The lecturing, yes, the HTYs are a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, I don't know. I think you're absolutely right. Like, Ramona's just off the rails this year, but I love it. I love when she screamed at Sonia, no, it's not a big show. I was like, the way she speaks to her friends, like, she's like, your glasses are ugly. Like, you look terrible. Like,
it's horrible.
It's so crazy.
That excruciate. Like, I have had surgeries that were less painful than her asking the professional photographer to take a picture with her and Pamela, and then asking everyone to, like, and it just went on, like your aunt said about mitzvah, like it wouldn't stop, and I cringed every time. By
the end, I was getting annoyed at the woman. I was like, "Sweetie, she doesn't lie here. Get the fuck out." It's probably like the woman that really designed Pamela's like collection is what I'm guessing. But like, I was kind of like, Ramona's the worst, but like, get the fuck out.
Exactly. Protect Ramona at all costs. I see what you're saying.
I'm not using Bethany.
Okay. Why is that?
Not a bit. And I'm so appreciative of the work that she's doing, with off camera. But I actually think that's a better use of her.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is. And she's doing God's work. But I mean, I miss all of her talking over people. I miss, she was usually good for one or two. Like, she got really like limericky in her confessionals toward the end. Like, she would just try to do drops for like right before commercial. Yeah. Like, really kind of jingly kind of things. I miss that. And then I just miss how she just picked one person a season to sort of lock horns with. But as Carol Radiswell said, all of her relationships stem from conflict. Do you think Leah fills that space, fills that void?
Yes, and more. But I also, now that you're saying it, wait, I'm hearing Eliza has a question for me. What is it?
Oh.
Eliza Coop?
Please, God.
I know, this is thrilling. Oh wait, all I was gonna say is I'm not following Eliza. I was following Eliza, but she went off Instagram. Maybe she's back. Expose me, Eliza.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is that I think Bethany, I would like to see Bethany and Leah go at each other.
Eliza Coop is in the house. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Eliza, I will follow you. I will.
Wow. Eliza, oh my God, we love you.
Baby.
Jane Kirkovich lived.
Eliza and I are actually going to be performing together if she'll allow, after this, what's happened with our friendship with the follow. And I'm Eliza, you're gonna be the first thing I do after this. But we're gonna do a happy endings, like little reading of something during this time.
Oh my God,
thank you.
Is that breaking news? Can we?
Well, it's sort of breaking news. I think I mentioned it, but we're gonna get together and do a little new material.
Oh my God, and not just like, an episode, like season 3, episode 4 situation that most of these table reads are coming out with. You guys are gonna give the people what they want.
Eliza and I are giving the people what we want, and Eliza and I are not gonna lift one finger, but the writers, they're tapping away, and Eliza and I are gonna come out just like this.
That is so. I mean, just to pivot for 2 seconds. I mean, I'm sure you guys get hounded with these questions all the time. I've never seen a show in my life that has been more beloved that refuses to come back. Like Hess gas stations could launch a streaming network that had $40 billion of production money. Like, when? Why? Is it Sony? Who, like, tell me what I have to do.
Is it Sony?
This is
Eliza
right.
can speak to this too, but like a lot of people are on different deals. Not me, I wasn't, but
Right.
like I think they have tried to make this deal happen so many times, and it
Wow.
didn't, and it's devastating. I mean, I'm acting like Eliza's here. I'm like, Eliza, you know, but they were gonna do
She's
it this
basically
year.
saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, she can weigh in. Every time we've tried, it's fallen apart, and I'm just so upset. But then I'm like, do people want to see us at this age? I think
100%.
I mean, look, the 6 of them are still not doing well. Let's be honest.
What do you think Penny's
Eliza's
doing in
here.
quarantine?
She said she's behind me. I'm so sorry. She's at the window. Follow me.
What do you think Penny Hartz is doing in quarantine?
Oh, I think in quarantine, you know, probably like upset that her wedding's not going to happen. Like, I don't know. Or she's just been broken up with.
Do you think she's doing virtual dates like on Bumble?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I can see a lot of
I feel like a guy
backdrops.
broke up with, like, she tried to rope a guy into quarantining with her, and it didn't work.
Yes.
And then, I don't know.
Yeah, this is writing itself. Eliza says you look beautiful, and you do. I love this reunion. Shell caps her name.
Oh my God.
I want to talk about some of the other stuff you have going on, but is there anything else that that is burning to get off your chest about this episode of Housewives?
I don't think so. I'm loving Leah. Yeah, I'm loving this season. I'm loving how Sonia is like the bridge between, and I hate to say it like this, but like the oldies and the youngies.
Yeah,
everyone's
for sure.
asking if Eliza watches Housewives. She doesn't. That's why she has not been on the podcast.
Happy ending should be on
unless
Quibi.
She wants to tell me something different right now.
Yeah. Someone just suggested happy endings be on Quibi, and I think that you and I could make that happen right now if you wanted to. But okay, tell me. It just sold. 6 episodes. They're 4 minutes each.
No, actually, they're 2 minutes each.
Did happy endings ever do webisodes like that bonus content for the website?
We did do like 6 webisodes.
Yeah,
but not for something.
I was talking to my colleague Meredith about that. I think in season 2 or season 3, your whole cast did this genius riff on all the shows that were getting huge outdoor promo. Like, I remember there was a Sarah Michelle Gellar drama where she played her own twin, and you like superimposed Penny into that poster just to try to get happy endings. Like, you guys were incredible, and it just needs to happen.
Oh yeah, someone was like behind that. There was I used to have all the fake posters. I think I have them in storage. Like, I think, God, who is Eliza now that we've got her here? She was someone. It was like a whole show of that time, and yeah, that was really funny. Yeah, and Adam Pally was like, "I'm gonna go hold our like posters up on the corner because this is our marketing campaign." Like, fine.
And it worked. I pray it comes back. So Black Monday is coming back for the second half, and I know people are like, you've got like, you know, die-hard prestige drama fans. You've got Beyonce and Jay-Z love the show, which I'm sure is exhilarating. And just what is that experience?
It feels good. I won't lie. It feels good.
It should.
Although very upsetting when someone was like, "Who's on your dress? Is that Beyonce? Was that Sonia?" Or I think it was.
Oh wow.
Okay, sorry we keep getting stuck back in.
No, please, they're always relevant. So
they're always there, you know.
They're always there.
Yeah, Black Monday is such a funny show. It's such a hard, funny show that I feel like I want more people to be watching. I mean, look, Jay-Z and Beyonce are watching. What more do we want? And Regina Hall and Don Cheadle are the stars. Regina Hall from Girls Trip, and she's the greatest actress working today. And Andrew Rannells and Paul Scheer and Camerino. It's just such a funny, stupid, in a great way show. I love it so much.
How do you sort of like, you know, I think a lot of people correlate the time period to relevant themes too. Like, how do you like sort of clicking into that time period and I mean, it looks good on you. You all look like fantastic, and it's so evocative of that space. But like, yeah, what's that experience for you?
I love it. I mean, I play like an 80s rich bitch, like just a fucking
dream,
hell on wheels. Like, I have like a Nancy Reagan, Princess Diana coif, and my husband is in the closet, and we're just trying to take over Wall Street. Andrew Rannells and I, and just so good. Like, this episode is coming up where I just like truly. Terrible, like beat the shit out of kids. Like, it was a different time, you know. and those kids turn out to be the Trump kids anyway in the 80s. But it's just so fun, and the costumes are crazy, and my family is kind of like what Jordache jeans would have been. Like, they run a jean empire, and I get kidnapped. It's just so much fun. I love it so much. And
if there's one thing you could keep from your wardrobe, what would it be? on that
Oh
show?
my God. Well, there is a nude photo of me that they like painted of me. It's not like really me, but like with my hands up in the office. And I think my husband took it for a joke. It's not like he's like, ooh, like, but I like that. They're all, I don't know. There's so much. It's all the costumes.
Beautiful. What else are you working on? I know that there's, forgive me if this is just development, but I know there's a movie called Long Weekend. Are you still working on that?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
That's a movie that's coming out that my friend Steve Basilone did, and I just directed and I star in a short film that's on Amazon Prime called Daddy-O, and it was
Awesome.
supposed to be at South by Southwest, but
Bummer.
yeah, that was really
Yeah.
hard.
Have you?
There's so many worse
You're
things,
like,
but
yeah.
it's with
Have
June
you?
Diane Raphael and Adam Pally and I.
Amazing,
And
amazing.
Michael McKean, and it's about my dad and I after my mom died, and it's a comedy though about how crazy my dad went.
That's amazing. Well, have you like sort of fiddled around with any of the South by Southwest has a selection of films that are currently airing on Amazon. You don't even have to be a
Yeah,
Prime member. They're just on Amazon.com,
it's
and I encourage
free.
everyone to go and look.
Daddy-O
Yeah,
is free.
yes, and you can sort of get a bit of that festival experience. But have you tinkered around with that at all? I mean, obviously you're sharing your film, but I've watched a couple of them, but they're interesting.
I watched my friend Chelsea Devante's film, which is a short film. It's called Basic.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
awesome,
It's so
awesome.
good. And it's 2 minutes. I mean, in mine is 17 minutes. It's like, this is what we have time for these days. Head to the short films. Like, I love it. It's great.
How are you? Are
Oh,
you like? Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
no, I was just going to say
Love.
thank you. Many people are saying that they love Daddy-O, and that's so nice. Thank you.
Fantastic. No, we should yeah, everyone check it out. How are you sort of finding quarantine work-wise? Are you writing? Are you gardening? And that's not to put pressure on it, because everything I see from people is
No.
like, forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, do a foot mask in quarantine.
I'm like, I
Which you
gotta
should do
work.
if you need it. Yeah, like
I mean, my girlfriends and I are talking about with absolute love, and I what I hear is that, believe me, I just hope everyone understands what I'm saying. I do not have it hard whatsoever, but I think just because I have two toddlers that I'm just like,
Oh wow.
everyone's like, are you learning a new language? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like with two toddlers and trying to
Yeah.
work. So
Yeah.
again, I am so lucky right now, but I think, yeah, just trying to write. I'm writing a book, and Andrew Rannells and I are writing a movie together. So we're working
Oh,
on that.
fantastic. What is the
Trying to
Reynolds project
hustle,
about?
trying to hustle.
For real. What is the Reynolds movie about?
So it's called Theater Geek, and it's based
Mhm.
on this camp called Stage Door Manor, this
Oh,
musical theater camp in upstate New York, and that I actually attended randomly. It's kind of like a Pitch Perfect kind of thing for like high school kids, for theater geeks,
amazing.
basically.
When you said theater camp, I just flashed on the Oakwood, which is that apartment complex where all the child stars live in Burbank, and I got but theater also Pitch Perfect in the Woods is also amazing. Everything you do would be iconic.
Have you seen
Uh,
the documentary about the Oakwood? You
have
have.
I seen it? Of course. And like, I mean, I've driven by looking for a LaBeouf or a Megan Fox family member. It's incredible.
That
What
documentary
else?
is heartbreaking.
Yes, it is a yes. You're right. It's
Heartbreaking.
quite serious. Oh
But
man.
it's quite
Sorry
serious.
yes, it is. I'm a monster. Forgive me.
Are you kidding? It's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with it. I tell everyone I meet, I like shake them on the street. I'm like, have you seen this? Children's dreams are being crushed.
Oh my God. Our awards editor Mark Malkin said his dream as a kid was to go to Stagewood. Is that a place?
Stage
Stage
door.
Street?
Yeah, that's the
Stage
camp.
Door. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Wow. He could have been Tevye. Um,
It
Tell me
was,
what else you're watching. It was more
oh
like
my gosh.
save until then.
I mean, obviously I'm watching all the Housewives. I'm dipping back. I'm always keeping up with the Kardashians. I know some people have not kept up with them. I always am.
100%.
I'm dabbling in and out of some Sister Wives. I'm gonna try that show Orthodox tonight.
Yes.
I'm just up to strange stuff. I'm just getting at whatever I can get at. The Michael Jordan documentary I've seen a little of.
Fantastic. Oh, the on the it's a sports documentary, so I know it by heart, obviously. The Last Dance, there it is, the
Yes,
Donna Summer
Last
song.
Dance.
It's about the
Yes.
Donna Summer song. As an actor, I'm curious, like, what would it take for sort of you to be comfortable to go back to work in production? Do you think about like what the protocol would have to be?
Probably like money. No, I'm kidding.
Probably like double my
A lot of
fee.
money.
And then
I don't know. It's so crazy, because the thing with with sets and acting as it is truly like 200 people crammed into a little room. That is how you do it. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's such an interesting question. I don't know. I'm happy to be writing. I'm so lucky to be writing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
if you like
every day is a new like idea about when we'll come back, and yeah, I don't know.
right. So like as like a mom and stuff, like would you be satisfied with like, let's take your temperature at the door, or like maybe a better overall world landscape?
It's so hard. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had a friend who had corona who's never even had a fever. I'm just kind of like, it's
Wow, yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
I appreciate you asking me these questions.
I know,
Since I
sorry
know
to
nothing
tonally
about it.
tonally
No,
change
not
the
at all.
interview
I wish I
in
knew
the 11th
more.
hour.
I wish I knew more. No, I'm more just like, I understand the sides of like people need to work, and
Yeah.
you know, and so many people like have to get back to work, but obviously like really want everyone to stay home and be safe too, who can do that. So I just don't know. It's a shit show.
For sure. Well, on a final note, if you could have anything from that Sonia collection tonight, what do you think it would have been?
Okay. I'm gonna say Dorinda's jacket. Like, look at me in this drab, like the sun is setting on me. How I would be popping right now if I had that. Like I literally
every
look
bit of
like
light.
the sun is set, my lights aren't even on. Like I'm in like a dark corner of my house. But if I had that jacket, ooh baby.
When it
I'd be
becomes
looking
available.
What would you have?
Oh God. I mean, I honestly like the lime green neon purse that Leah brought to brunch. I think I might use for my small change. You know, maybe for like a lip balm. But or actually I think I would rock the Sonia streetwear either together or as separates, because they seem pretty unisex.
With the hat?
I think without the hat, but like in the right light, that shit could be easily.
Yeah.
It's gray
Honestly,
cashmere.
you're right. Like I would wear that all day today. And actually maybe I will order it. I do want to support her genuinely. She's a very nice person, despite what we saw tonight.
Well, check your mail and steam clean the box, because Corona can live on it for 3 days, and you might have a gift from Variety as a thank you so much for being here.
Look, I don't want to get Corona from a Sonia Morgan piece. I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we'll do our best.
I love Housewives, but I can't go down because of them.
Okay. Absolutely. You are such a delight. Thank you so much for your time. And
thank you. This was so fun, Matt.
Everything is so great. Thank you. And everyone listen to Bitch Sesh and watch Black Monday.
Yes. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.